Okay. So, last time, na-discuss natin yung inductance, which is self and mutual inductance. And then we see na any two coils will have mutual induced EMF with each other. Tapos, a single coil will have a self-induced EMF on the coil. Okay? Tapos, yung direction ng self-induced EMF will be dependent dun sa direction ng current and then sa Lenz law. Okay? So, mag-apply lang tayo ng Lenz law. So now, here we will see more about sa inductor. Paano naman kapag kinonect na natin yung inductor with other components? Okay. So first, let's connect yung L, yung inductance sa capacitor. Okay. So if also recall, whenever there's a stored energy, right? Yung energy ay may store, half nun may store sa capacitor or sa electric field within the capacitor or by the capacitor. Half nun may store sa magnetic field by the inductor, right? So LC circuit contains both an inductor and a capacitor. Now, in this case, yung charge and current will oscillate sinusoidally with time. So, yung I saka Q of t and I of t, mag-oscillate sila. Okay? With an angular frequency of omega equals 2 pi f. Okay? And here, kapag meron tayong, so yung general form na to, nag-a-apply pa rin naman to for any sinusoidal, for any wave-like object. So yung natutunan nyo sa 71. Specifically, in an LC circuit, itong omega, yung angular frequency, will be equal to this. Square root ng 1 over LC. Right? So if you remember, kapag RC circuit, right? Kapag RC circuit, meron kang tau, which is the time constant. Now, kapag LC circuit, meron kang angular frequency, which is square root ng 1 over LC. Okay? So, yun yung big difference. Medyo big difference between the two. Okay? So, what happens here, kaya angular frequency, kasi, alam natin yung C, yung capacity, yung charge sa C, nag-i-increase or nagdi-decrease. Di ba? May charging, then may discharging. So, may charging capacitor, di ba? May charging. Tapos, meron din yung discharging. Right? Whenever this happens, yung current, magbabago din. Right? So, meron kang series of charging and discharging sa capacitor. So, actually, ganito yung itsura niya. So, may charging and then discharging. Tapos, mag-charge ulit. After some time, then mag-discharge ulit. Yan. So, sige na nga, yun na nga. So, medyo ganyan yung roughly itsura nung time, yung Q. Okay? And since I, yung current is just dq over dt, so change in the charge over time, kunin mo lang yung derivative ng plot na to. Kunin mo lang yung derivative ng plot na yan, you will get the current. So makikita mo yung current, mag-oscillate din siya in a similar manner. So kung current naman, bababa muna, tapos tataas. Okay? So yung current, bababa muna, tataas, bababa, tapos tataas. Okay? So baliktad naman yung nangyayari sa current. Okay? So time to I current. So what really happens, kapag may inductor, kapag nag-connect na tayo ng inductor, since meron tayong rate of change ng current, right? Meron tayong dI/dt, kasi yung rate of change, yung derivative or yung tangent line, so nagbabago din yung tangent line, di ba? May nag-i-increase, may nagdi-decrease, di ba? So if we apply graphical analysis, may ganun tayo. So alam natin na yung current dito, magbabago rin dapat yung direction according sa Faraday's law. Right? Yung negative L di dt. Magbabago yung direction niya according sa Faraday's law or Lenz's law. So kapag decreasing, so kapag initially may current kang papunta sa kanan, tapos increasing yung current, so we retain yung right hand rule. According sa Faraday's law, we oppose, so yung next na current na may induce sa kanya, magiging baliktad naman. Ito yung I-induced. Since bumaliktad yung current induced, then lahat naman ng charges magpa-follow nitong induced, so babaliktad naman yung current, and then kapag nagbaliktad yung current, apply ka ulit ng Faraday's law or Lenz's law, yung I-induced babaliktad din ulit. So actually, what the inductor does is to change the direction in time nung current. So yun yung ginagawa talaga ng inductor sa circuit. So yun yung nakikita natin dito. So first, ganun yung current to the right. After some time, magiging to the left naman yung current. Okay? So kaya nag-oscillate. Nag-oscillate din yung direction ng current sa LC circuit. Okay? So the current direction and the capacitor, kahit yung capacitor, makita nyo, nag-flip din yung polarity kasi depende sa direction ng current. Kung direction ay to the right, sabihin pababa siya dito, negative yung charge dito, tas positive. Kapag nag-flip na ulit yung current, magpapalit yung polarity ng capacitor. Okay? So when the capacitor is fully charged, magiging 0 yung current kasi wala nang dadaan na current. Okay? And then, saka mag-flip yung direction. And then, habang nag-flip yung direction, tataas yung maximum, ay tataas yung current hanggang sa makuha niya yung maximum. Kapag maximum na yung current sa kabilang direction, sabihin, naubos na yung charge dun sa capacitor, mag-flip back ulit yung current para mag-charge ulit yung capacitor. Okay? So, yung charging, discharging part ng capacitor, yung reason kung bakit nag-flip yung direction kapag dumaan yung current sa inductor. Okay? Okay ba yan? Clear ba yan? Clear. Clear ba yan? Okay? So, ganyan yung nangyayari sa LC circuit. Okay? So, if you want to derive yung omega, we can use loop rule. Yung summation ng voltage across a loop, di ba? So, equals 0. So, meron lang tayong dalawang voltage difference or potential difference. Yung voltage across C and yung EMF or yung induced voltage dun sa inductor. Okay? Kaya gusto natin yung mga ganon. Okay? So, epsilon ay yung EMF ng inductor ay Faraday's law. Yung voltage difference or potential difference across the capacitor is given by the definition. C equals Q over V, we plug in, and then we plug in yung definition ng current, which is the rate of change of the charge. Yung charging, discharging part. Okay. And we have this, which is a second order differential equation. Okay. So you might need higher math subject. I think math 121 or math 122 yata yung gamit ngayon. To solve this, pero hindi namin papasolve sa inyo yun. So, bibigay na lang namin yung solution, which is on a few later slides. Okay. Bibigay na lang namin yung solution. So, actually, yung analog nito sa 71, nakita nyo na to before. Para siyang spring mass system. Right? So, yung spring mass system, meron kang mass on a spring, right? So, yung equation of motion, kung makita nyo, actually, yung full equation of motion ng spring mass system, second order differential equation din. Similar to this. Second order differential equation. D squared over dt squared. D squared over dt squared. Function of x, function of x, function of q, function of q. So, medyo same yung way to solve these two equations. Tapos, alam natin yung solution for the spring mass ay cosine or sine function. Right? Then, yung velocity, nung mass na yon, just take the derivative. And for the acceleration, you just take another derivative, di ba? Where omega is the angular frequency. So for a spring mass system, yung omega, yung angular frequency, is equal to square root of k over m. So nakita niyo na kung bakit may square root dun sa frequency ng LC circuit. So dyan galing yon. So if we now convert this spring mass into the LC circuit, yung x, yung position, magiging charge, yung m, magiging inductance, yung v, magiging yung velocity, magiging current, which is makes sense kasi as we have discussed before, yung I, yung current, ay proportional sa velocity. Para siya yung friction, di ba? Yung M, yung inductance, yung K, yung magiging 1 over capacitance. Constants lang naman yan. And we have this for our LC circuit. So ito na yung corresponding equations for the LC circuit. So cosine, yung charge, yung current is negative omega cosine. Okay? And then we have the angular frequency. Okay. Take note, etong mga nandito, so whenever you see a function like this, automatic, yung nakamultiply sa time is angular frequency. Okay? Yung coefficient is yung amplitude, meaning yan yung maximum. So the maximum possible value for Q sub t is Q. Okay? The maximum value for the current is ito. Ito nakamultiply na to, i-absolute value nyo lang kasi magnitude. So the maximum magnitude of the current is omega Q. The maximum charge of the charge over time is capital Q. Okay? So ganun magbasa ng sinusoidal function or cosine function. Okay? Nakuha? Nakuha yun. Nakuha. So actually, ito na yung solution. So ito na yung solution ng second order differential equation. Kunin mo yung derivative, ang makuha mo yung current. Same as with the spring system, ang solution nito is this. Kunin mo yung derivative, you will get the velocity. Okay? So let's go back to sa LC circuit. So ang oscillation frequency is that we can still use yung mga wave equation na alam natin from 71 for the frequency and the period. So magamit nyo pa rin yun. Ang magbabago lang yung definition ng angular frequency. Okay? And then the capacitor charge, ito yung general formula. So phase, we just take into account yung phi para for any phase change, phase shift. And then current, ito rin yung general formula. So sine na siya. O nga no, mali yung nasa kanina. Mali ito kasi derivative dapat. So dapat sine yan. Wait. Palitan ko. Dapat sine. Yan. Ayan. So dapat sine function. Kasi derivative eh. Okay? So ito ngayon, tama na to. So sine function. So yung phase is just initial phase nung circuit. So determine siya ng initial condition. So sa start, initially uncharged or charge, plus walang phase shift, edi phi equals 0 lang. So yun lang ibig sabihin niya. Okay? So yun, kung maximum charge, phi equals 0. Kung uncharged, phi equals, I think 180. 180 degrees. Or pi. Okay? Pag pinlat mo yan, yung Q of t, saka I of t, we get this. Okay? So again, itong coefficient, ito yung maximum. Ito yung amplitude. Right? So yung maximum nito is the amplitude. Yung negative, kaya lang siya negative kasi at t equals 0 or for phi equals 0, negative yung omega cube. So, magiging minimum siya. So, mag-start lang siya as minimum and then maximum, minimum. Pero yan pa rin yung amplitude. So, magnitude niyan yung amplitude. Ito, positive, so mag-start siya as positive Q, then negative Q, positive Q, negative Q, etc. Okay? Malinaw po? Malinaw yan? Okay lang? Okay? Okay. May questions ba so far? Questions? Question? Okay, so kung wala, let's continue. So, some remarks, LC circuit undergoes electric oscillation, right? So, a larger inductance or capacitance will result to a slower oscillation. So, kung mas mataas tong capacitance or yung inductance, edi mas mabagal mag-flip yung direction. Okay? Okay? If gusto niyo malaman ano yung application ng LC circuit, RF. RFIDs, lahat ng almost all, everything, any card na tinatap, beep card, ano pa, yung mga tinatap na card, LC circuit yung nasa loob. So, nangyayari, may LC circuit sa loob ng card mo, okay? Pag tinap mo, dun sa, kung saan mo siya tinatap, dun sa machine, may LC circuit din doon. Okay? What happens is that, etong inductor na to, magkakos siya ng mutual inductance dun sa inductor dun sa loob nung tap, dun sa tap machine. Tapos, kapag nag-oscillate sila on the same frequency, then meaning, mararead na yung card mo. Okay? Kapag hindi sila nag-oscillate on the same frequency, kapag mag-iba yung frequency of oscillation, hindi mariread yung card mo. So, ganun nag-work yung mga tap-tap, mga tap beep card, RFID, etc. Okay, may question. Paano kukunin yung Q? Q equals CV. Yes po, opo. So, yung Q, yung maximum charge, dito, galing siya sa C equals Q over V. Tama po yun. So, C equals Q over V. Kasi ang nagde-determine pa rin naman ng maximum charge ay yung capacitor. Right? Yung capacitor. So, kung alam mo yung amplitude or peak voltage nung source, then alam mo rin yung capacitance, you can get yung Q. And then now you can do this and then do that. Okay? So, I think may mas concrete example ako nito sa TQ, which we will do next week. Okay? Okay. So, any other question? Any other question? So, yun yung LC circuit. Okay? Ayan. So, some notes, yung capacitor stores energy in its electric field. Yung E na na-generate dito. Yung inductor, nag-store naman ng energy dun sa magnetic field. Right? So, yung 1/2 CV squared dito na store sa electric field. Yung 1/2 Li squared na store naman sa magnetic field. Okay? So, may dalawa tayong potential energy stored. So, the total energy ng LC circuit is divided into both electric and magnetic fields. So, dalawa ngayon yung total energy na LC circuit. Okay? So, let's see a familiar example, yung sa spring mass system. Diba, may energy din dito, yung stored energy, which is the elastic, right? The elastic potential energy. So for the spring mass, dapat constant yung elastic potential saka yung kinetic. Yung kinetic ay 1/2 mv squared. Sana naalala nyo pa. Tapos yung potential or yung elastic potential ay 1/2 kx squared. Right? For the LC circuit, we have UE plus UB. So 1/2 Li squared plus 1/2 Q squared over C or CV squared. Okay. Pero mas ginagamit natin yung Q kasi ayun yung alam natin usually. Okay? So mas alam natin yung ano. So marami namang similar form. So better lang gamitin ito for now. Okay. Tanggalin natin yung V. So yan yung stored energy in an LC circuit. So the total energy using energy conservation, so meron pa rin tayong mga ganun. Using conservation of energy, dapat constant yung total energy. Okay? So for the capacitor charge, for the current, we have that. Okay? And so we have this. So ito na yung conservation of energy. So whatever yung total initial charge, total initial energy should be equal to the total final energy for both the L and C. Okay? Okay ba yan? Okay lang yan. Kasi, kaya gusto natin gawin ganito, kasi as time goes by, yung I, again, yung charge, yung sa capacitor, increasing, decreasing. So, kung initial mo ay 0, ang final mo is yung maximum. Hindi. Kung initial mo ay 0, ang final mo, yung maximum. In that case, yung initial current is maximum. So, magkakaroon ka ng initial current na non-zero. Kapag nag-maximum na yung charge, 0 naman yung final current. So, medyo mas madali siya kasi either 0, maximum, or minimum 0. Okay? Kapag naman ang initial conditions, uncharged, ay fully charged, sabihin wala ka munang current, diba? So, ang mangyayari, mag-discharge yung capacitance, so magkakaroon ka ng 0, and then magkakaroon ka ng I na non-zero. So, ganun lang siya. Nagpapalitan lang sila. Okay? So, medyo mas madali naman yung conservation of energy dito. Let's provide some example. Okay? An LC circuit has an 80 millihenry inductor and 125 nanofarad with a maximum current of 0.75 amps. Calculate the maximum charge, the oscillation frequency, and the energy stored at 2.5 milliseconds. Okay? So, let's see. So, Qmax, saan natin makuha? So, pwede natin makuha, since hindi natin alam yung V, yung voltage source, hindi naman sinabi, pwede actually natin makuha from the maximum current. Okay? So, galing siya dun sa I of t. Right? Ay. Ito ko na lang. So, galing siya sa ito, I of t. So, again, this is your maximum current. Ito. Ito yung maximum charge, yung Q, tapos ito yung maximum current. So, kung hindi given yung V, yung voltage source, we can still use this to find yung Q. Kasi yung omega, madali namang kunin. Usually. Okay? So, since given sa atin yung Imax, we can just use that. Alam natin yung omega, which is 1 over square root of LC. Plug in our values, and we get this. So, plug and play na lang siya. Right? To find the frequency of oscillation, omega over 2 pi, alam mo yung omega, plug and play na lang. Okay? Now, after 2.5 milliseconds, ano ngayon yung energy stored in the inductor? If the capacitor charge is at maximum at initial condition, at t equals 0. So, at t equals 0, So at t equals 0, maximum yung charge. So wala kang current at t equals 0. So meron ka lang at t equals 2.5, ito yung current mo ngayon, yung negative I max sin omega t. Okay? Then i-plug in natin dito. Okay? And then plug in yung, alam natin yung omega, which is 1 over square root of LC. Alam natin yung time, which is 2.5 milliseconds. Plug in our values, and we get this. Okay? So ito, kaya ito yung ginamit kasi ito ay LF. Okay? Li sub F. Kasi yung I sub 0 equals 0. So yung U sub L na 1/2 initial pala dapat. Yung I sub I. 1/2 Li sub initial squared, 0 din to. Okay? Kung ang capacitor charge maximum at 0, kung maximum yung Q, minimum yung I. Or 0 yung I. Okay? Okay? Malinaw? Malinaw ba to? So medyo similar lang yun sa pag-compute nyo ng energy sa 71. Okay? Similar lang. Okay? Another example, an LC circuit with angular frequency omega starts off with 0 current and charge Q. What is the current when the charge is Q over square root of 2? So first, so starts off, so tingnan nyo yung mga ganitong keywords. So starts off meaning initial condition. At t equals 0, I equals, so yung initial, I sub I is 0, Q sub I is capital Q. And then, Q sub F is Q over square root of 2. Ang hinahanap, ano yung current dun sa final state. Okay? So, we can use conservation of energy. Okay? So, we can use this. Isolate mo lang yung IF. So, isolate mo yung IF. So, madali lang siyang i-isolate kasi if initial current is 0, wala na to. Right? Ito naman, magiging 1/2. Ano ba yan? Ito magiging 1/2 Q squared over C. Okay? Itong term na to. So, equal na lang siya sa 1/2 L IF squared plus 1/2 ang QF ay Q over square root of 2. So, meron kang Q squared over 2C. Right? Pag ito ini-square ko, I will get Q squared over 2. Okay? Then, we multiply everything by C. So, we multiply everything by C. Ano mangyayari? Ito magiging, or sige, we multiply everything by 4C para mawala lahat ng denominator. So, mangyayari, this will becomes multiply by 4C. So, 4CQ squared over 2C, that's just 2Q squared. Tama? 2Q squared. Ito, multiply natin ng 4C. That will become 2LC IF squared plus Ito naman, multiply natin ng 4C, we get Q squared na lang. Okay? So now we have that. Sigurahin ko na to. So we have that 2Q squared and then Q squared sa left and right hand side mag-a-add up. Actually, magsasubtract. So may iwan tayo ng 2Q squared minus Q squared. That will be Q squared on the left. Tapos ito meron kang 2LC IF squared. Okay? Eh, yung LC, alam mo to, ito ay something like omega. So ngayon, ibaba ko to. So I will now have ano na lang, IF squared dito. Kabila, meron tayong Q squared over 2LC. Kunin ko yung square root. Kunin ko yung square root. So I will be left with IF. IF is just square root ng Q squared, that is just Q. Sa baba, meron kang 2 square root ng 2 saka square root ng LC. And 1 over square root ng LC is just your omega. So meron ka na lang Q omega over square root ng 2. So this will now be your your current. Okay? So medyo algebra lang siya. Algebra lang. Hindi naman siya ganun kahirap, I think. Sana. Okay. The answer, omega Q over square root of 2 or this. Okay? Question? So, that's how you find yung current. So, pwede mong gawin ay conservation of energy for the inductor and the capacitor. Okay? So, some notes or remarks actually, yung LC circuit, ideal lang to. So, we assume na walang resistance yung wires, etc. But in reality, of course, may resistance yung mga wires na ginagamit natin. So, meron kang energy na nadi-dissipate. Okay? So, ideal lang naman yan. So, now, what if we add a resistor? So, pagsama-samahin na natin. So, ano ngayon yung magiging analog niya sa spring mass system? Yung resistor. So, with the addition of resistance, meron ka ng dissipation of energy which is converted usually in heat or any other form. So, actually, yung resistor or resistance para siyang acts as a friction. Okay? So, it acts like a friction dun sa LRC circuit natin. So, meron na tayong LRC series circuit. So, may inductor, may resistor, may capacitor. Okay? So, let's see what happens sa LRC series circuit. So, consider this circuit on your left. Okay? Initially, meron tayong switch dito. So, take note, meron tayong switch here. So, initially, yung switch connected sa source. So, meaning, ito yung closed circuit natin. Okay? So, initially, yan yung closed circuit natin. Okay? So, habang ito yung closed circuit, ang nangyari, nag-charge up ngayon si capacitance. Kasi connected siya sa voltage source. Diba? Ito yung alam natin from your electricity. Okay? So, nag-charge up ngayon yung capacitance. Okay? Now, kapag kapag minove mo yung switch, kapag naman yung switch napunta sa kabila, let's do this. So, fully charged na yung capacitor. Kapag ito naman yung nag-close, meron na tayong yung yung circuit on the right. So, ito na, fully charged na yung capacitor and we have this. Okay? So, ano yung intuition natin? From your LC, kung LC circuit lang, right? Kung LC circuit lang, yung current, mag-flip. Kasi charge yung capacitor. So, mag-flip mag-flip over time yung current. Now, if we add the resistor, mag-flip pa rin yung current, pero magkakaroon siya ng friction. So, may madidissipate lang na energy. Either mas mabagal yung pag-flip or mas mabilis. Depende sa resistance. Okay? So, yun yung effect ng resistor. So, initial charge, since fully charged siya, we have yung C equals Q over V. Okay? Using Kirchhoff's loop rule, so meron na tayong tatlong voltage difference, yung VR, DC, saka induced EMF L. So, we can use Ohm's law here, Faraday's law, and then ito dito, yung C equals Q over V. Okay? So, if we apply that, we have this differential equation. And then, apply yung definition ng current, which is the rate of change of the charge. And then, dividing by L, we get this. So, this is another second-order differential equation. Okay? So, kung gusto yung i-solve, again, kailangan mo ng Math 121 or Math 122. But there are several solutions actually dito. So, magkakaroon ngayon tayo ng several solutions. If walang resistor, madali lang. Kung walang resistor, zero tong term na to, babalik lang tayo sa LC circuit, which is alam na natin yung solution. Okay? Now, kung may resistor, eto na yung magiging solution. So, medyo complicated. Ibibigay naman namin to. So, this is the charge over time. So, this is the charge over time for an LRC series circuit. Okay? So, hindi nyo kailangang i-memorize. So, at least alam nyo na ito yung for an LRC. So, whenever walang resistance, again, kung walang resistance, kung zero tong resistance, so meron ka lang 0 dito, e raised to 0, that's just 1. Ito 0, so mawawala to. And we are left with yung original natin sa LC circuit, which is A cosine omega t. So, yung omega ng LC, yung angular frequency ng LC, ito lang. Right? With the addition of the resistor, yan na yung buong omega. Ito na yung buong omega. Okay? So, yun lang naman yung magbabago. So, para siya nag-introduce ng damping. Okay? So, sa spring mass, yung friction, damping din yung effect niya. Right? So, yung maximum charge ay Q0. So, yung maximum charge ngayon should be this. Ito yung omega. So, ito yung omega. Okay? And then, ito yung Q0. So, the angular frequency, yan yung mahaba. Okay? Question? Clear naman? Malinaw ba? Malinaw naman. Pagkaka-derive natin. So, hindi naman kailangan memorize yan. Kailangan memorize. Basta alam nyo na kapag may nakita kayong ganito, LRC series. Okay? Ano po yung A? Amplitude. So, generally, amplitude formula lang naman siya. So, yung A dito is general amplitude. Okay? So, for example, sinabi na yung capacitor ay fully charged, so pwede mo makuha yung maximum charge equal to this hole. Then, pwede mo namang iset na A equals 1. So, ino-normalize lang. Ang tawag lang doon ay, ino-normalize mo lang yung amplitude. Pwede mong iset A equals 1. And then your Q naught will just be proportional to this. Okay? Kasi sa signal processing, so pag in-apply nyo na talaga ito sa signals, electric signals, ganyan, yung amplitude mo, pwedeng hindi 1. Pwede siyang ma-offset. So, usually may mga DC offset. So, I think kung engineering kayo, pupunta kayo sa mga higher subjects, meron na kayong oscilloscope, may DC offset doon, mga duty. So, doon magtataas, pwedeng magbago yung value ng amplitude. Okay? So, yun yung nakaka-affect ng amplitude. Pero for us, in our case, we can just set it to 1 para yung Q naught mo is just etong exponential. Yung damping. Okay? Damping coefficient. Okay? So, for damping oscillations or damped oscillations, may 3 cases. Kapag positive yung omega prime, so we have this, right? So, para maging positive to, kailangan ito greater than this para positive yung nasa loob. Tama? So, kung 1 over LC should be greater than R squared over 4L squared. Okay? So, yung i-rearrange lang natin itong 4L squared, ilagay natin sa taas. So, may ganoon tayong 4L squared over LC greater than R squared, or tatanggal yung isang L and we get this. 4L over C is greater than R squared. Okay? So, para maging underdamped, kailangan greater than 0, ito, or mas malaki yung LC dun sa damping factor. Okay? Critically damped kapag exactly equal to 0 yung omega prime, which means equal itong dalawa. Okay? Overdamped kapag imaginary yung omega prime, meaning 1 over LC is less than R squared. So, mangyari lang, dito, greater than lang siya. Okay? So, pwede nyo lang isipin to as overdump if mataas yung resistance. Right? So, if mataas yung resistance, so greater than, overdump. Pag mababa yung resistance, underdump. Pag equal yung R squared saka 4L over C, critically damped. Okay? Tapos I think, sana naalala nyo pa yung formula, yung form nung shape or shape nung plots and graphs nila. So, for an underdamp, so meron kang oscillation, pero damped siya by the exponential decay. Okay, so etong damping factor na to, dito galing galing to dun sa exponential decay, yung e raised to minus RT over 2L. So, siya yung etong dalawang yan. Okay? So, yan ay for small resistance. For some large resistance, critically damped, so ganito naman siya, as overdamped for very, very, very large resistance. Okay? Questions? Okay? So, okay, let's provide some examples. So, consider a series LRC circuit. What will happen to the frequency of oscillation of the capacitor's charge if the resistance is slowly increased? Assume that the oscillation is underdamped throughout the process. So, kung underdamped, dapat, small resistance. So, dapat small resistance. So, dapat we have this condition. So, underdamped siya. Kapag ganyan yung condition, so if the frequency, ano yun? If the resistance is slowly increased, then this equality becomes equal for some time. Right? Hanggang sa maging opposite. So, kung increase yung R, so bababa yung omega prime kasi mag-e-equate to sa 0, mag-a-approach ng 0 itong dalawa. So, mag-a-approach din ng 0 yung F. So, at that point, the charge will no longer oscillate. Huh? Mali siya. Wait lang. Wait lang. Ay, so, if the resistance, tama naman, if the resistance is slowly increased. What will happen to the frequency of oscillation? Mali to. Mali to. Dapat the charge will no longer oscillate. Mali siya. So, dapat the charge will no longer oscillate kasi from here, slowly increase mo to, at some point, mapupunta ka sa condition na to. Pag slowly increase mo ulit yung resistance, mapupunta sa condition na to. So, hindi na siya mag-oscillate. Yung mga corrections po ba sa slides na update? Hindi ko alam. Kasi sila yung I think hindi pa ata. Underdamped for the whole process. So even as we increase, hindi siya maging critically damped. Okay. Oo nga. Sorry, hindi ko nabasa. Thank you. So, assume that the oscillation is underdamped throughout the process. So, meaning, mag-stay siya as underdamped. So, mag-stay to as underdamped. So, if we increase yung R, bababa yung omega, kasi bababa yung value nito. So, kung bababa yung omega, bababa din yung frequency. Oo nga. Okay. Up to a point na magiging 0 yung F. So, tama. So, kapag nag-0 na yung F, dun na hindi mag-o-oscillate yung charge. Okay? So, yun pala yun. Now, for another example, meron kang LRC series circuit. So, usually, ganito yung type ng question sa exam. Sinabi ko na yun, no? Usually lang naman. Given ka ng resistance sa capacitor charge, tatanong sa inyo ano yung combinations ng L at C that will produce a underdamped, critically damped, or overdamped. So, usually, ganun naman siya. Okay? So, in this case, ang tanong, ano yung combination such that the charge on the capacitor will not oscillate? So, yun yung critically damped saka overdamped. So, let's see. So, given ka ng R, i-test mo each for all the possible combination. So, for A, R squared is 4, L is 3, C is 6. So, okay lang naman kasi micro to, so magkakancel lang yung mga micro. And we are left with this. So, 4 is greater than 2. So, this is satisfied. this is satisfied by that. So here, wala kang oscillation, overdamp. Sa B, meron kang 4 squared. Ito ay 24 divided by 3, 8. So here, underdamp siya. So may oscillation. Okay? And then for the last part, parehas sila. So 4 equals 4, critically damped. Again, no oscillation. So here, ang walang oscillation is yung configurations A and C. Okay? Questions so far? Malinaw naman. So for LRC, ang kailangan nyo lang tandaan is yung omega prime, saka yung, ayan, yung omega prime, saka yung tatlong condition na to. Okay? So yun lang naman for LRC. So, tawag dito. So, in summary, yung mga pinagdi-discuss natin, yung RC circuit, direct current sila. Right? So, the direction of the current does not change in time. Right? So, kung ano yung direction ng current, initially, ganun pa rin yung direction hanggang dulo. Right? Wala ka naman nag-flip na current. So, yun yung direct current. Right? In this case, in LRC or LC circuit, kapag may inductor, nag-oscillate din yung direction ng current. So, pwedeng bumaliktad. Dahil sa Faraday's law and Lenz's law. Okay? So, meron tayong mga source kapag ganito yung nakita nyo sa circuit, DC source meaning same lang yung direction ng current. So, dito applicable yung mga Kirchhoff's rule. Ito, medyo complicated. Usually, hindi mo ma-apply yung Kirchhoff's rule or like magbabago rin yung Kirchhoff's rule, especially junction rule, right? Depende sa direction ng current. So, nag-apply pa rin naman pero mas complicated nga lang. Okay? So, any device that supplies a sinusoidal varying voltage or potential, yun ay AC source or alternating current. So, dyan galing yung band na AC-DC, alternating current, direct current. Okay? So, usually sa 72 naman, lowercase means instantaneous values, uppercase means maximum values or amplitude. So, kung meron kang instantaneous voltage, ito yon yung small v, where capital V is the maximum voltage. Instantaneous current, ganun din. And then we still have yung angular frequency and period. Okay? This also applies for the charge, yung Q and capital Q. Okay? And we have various time varying waveforms. So, nakita na natin yung sinusoidal. Pero may other type of varying waveform. So, pwedeng pulse or square waveform. Meron tayong triangle or sawtooth waveform. And some other types of waveform, pwedeng audio waveform, video waveform. So, those are still waveform. So, yun ay mga time varying AC source. Okay? So, in circuit, ito yung symbol niyan. So, kapag nakita kayo ng ganito, tas ito yung positive, negative, meaning, nag-start siya as magpipik. Okay? Kapag ganito naman, sabihin, nag-start siya as dip muna. Kapag wala, so nag-start siya as 0. Yun lang na, nag-start as V equals 0. Pero syempre, magbabago naman yan over time. Okay? Okay. So, konti na lang muna. So ba mag-end doon? Etong mga AC voltage, since lahat sila instantaneous, so makikita natin, doon sa LRC series circuit, instantaneous lahat. Yung V, across the capacitor, across the resistor, across the inductor. Kasi parehas sila nag-change over time. So kapag ganon, normally, gumagamit tayo ng phasor diagrams para makita kung ano na yung direction, sino yung nauuna. Like, nauuna ba mag-peak yung current sa inductor, sa capacitor, or sa resistor. So here, i-introduce ko lang yung phasor diagram, but next time, i-explain ko or explain natin ano ba talaga, paano ginagamit yung phasor diagram for LRC. So yung phasor diagram, vector diagram siya with rotation. Used to represent yung sinusoidal change in the voltage and the current. Okay? So yung vectors mo, they rotate in time. So kalimbawa may vector ka na ganyan, after sometime omega t, magro-rotate siya, mapupunta na siya dito. After sometime t, magro-rotate din siya, mapupunta dito. So yun lang yung phasors. Kaya siya phase diagram, parang phase diagram. Okay? So those rotating vectors are called phasors. Okay? So we can get yung projection. So yung length, yung maximum, yung amplitude ng mga voltages or current, yun yung length ng vector. So yung length ng phasor. Okay? The phasor rotates with the frequency f and angular speed omega 2 pi f. So this angle should be omega t. Okay? Or omega, pwede naman. Tapos yung projection niya along the current axis, so itong x-axis ay current, yan yung magbibigay ng instantaneous value. Okay? So, ganun binabasa yung phasor. Kapag naman voltage, so pwede rin namang voltage. So, this is voltage. Ito yung omega ng voltage. Yung length niya, yung maximum. Tapos yung projection, yung instantaneous. Okay. Cosine. So, sabihin natin, ito ay hindi po, sige. Omega prime. Sabihin natin omega prime. So, this will be cosine omega prime t. Okay? So, ganun lang. Ganun lang basahin yung phasor diagrams. Okay? So, we can represent current and voltage through each component along the phasor. Tapos, ang rotation lagi ay counterclockwise. So, yun yung positive rotation. Okay? So, counterclockwise yung positive rotation. So, for example, sa current, so it's instantaneous current. So, this is the projection on the x-axis. Etong maximum or yung amplitude, yan yung length nito. Tapos, yung rotation na counterclockwise is ito. So, pag ganun yung direction ng rotation. Over time. So, then, it will map out something like this. Okay? Kaya siya phasor kasi niro-rotate nga natin over time. So, pag pinlaten natin yung phasor, makuha natin yung sine or cosine function. Okay? Some notes lang, phasors are not real physical quantity. It's just a geometric diagram. So, it's just a diagram for us to visualize sino yung nauuna, si inductor ba, si resistor, or si capacitor, or yung current, right? So, just one example, okay? Paano basahin yung phasor? So, the figure below shows 4 different current phasors with the same angular frequency omega. From the diagram, which phasor corresponds to the following? So, again, yung basis natin dito will be yung x-axis lang. So, the x-axis is the I, the current, I sub t. Okay? So, ito yung positive current. Ito yung negative current. So, yan yung negative, ito yung positive. Tapos, ito yung current equals 0. Itong line na to. Okay? So, kapag tinanong, positive current that is becoming more positive. So, ano yun? So, positive current, so dalawa lang yan, pwedeng eto, dahil A or D, kasi sila yung nasa positive side. But becoming more positive. So, kapag nag-rotate daw, dapat magiging more positive. So, eto, kapag nag-rotate, magiging 0 siya. Eto, kapag nag-rotate, magiging more positive. So, the first answer is letter D. Okay? Next, a positive current that is decreasing towards 0. So, alam na natin yun yung A. Okay? As it rotates, yung current nagiging 0. Okay? So, that will be A. Next, a negative current that is becoming more negative. So, alin kaya dyan? Siyempre, dalawa na lang choices. Di ba? So, yung negative current is yung mga phasors na located in this region. So, it's either B or C. Now, becoming more negative kapag nag-rotate. So, that will be your B. So, kapag nag-rotate yung B, it becomes more negative. Kapag nag-rotate yung C, it becomes 0. Okay? So, negative current that's becoming more negative, yun yung phasor B. And the negative current decreasing towards 0 is phasor C. Okay? Clear? Malinaw? Okay? Questions? May questions ba? Okay? So, kung walang questions, sige, I will just end up here for the phasors. And then, upload ko na lang yung recording na to sa YouTube. Also,